The following high-class entertainment is meant only for those who are 13 and up. If you're not one of these people, leave. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the show.
Hello everybody, my name is Jordan and welcome to Jordan's Showcase, the brand new series that talks about my personal collection, which runs a wide gamut of things ranging from action figures to video games and much more. There is a reason why this series exists, but I'm going to leave that for a separate video that you can go watch via this card or the link in the description. Right now, I want to show off some of my massive Sega collection, specifically Sonic the Hedgehog action figures from Jakks-Pacific. But first, a little bit of backstory. Ever since I was a little kid, I loved Sonic the Hedgehog, and in the early 2010s there were action figures made by a company named Jazzwares. Unfortunately, I don't have those figures anymore and ended up giving them away, because while those figures featured a wide variety of different characters, from my experience the joints broke easily on certain figures like Sonic. Now, I was a little kid at the time, and it is possible that I simply just played too rough with them. Later on, I would buy Sonic Boom related action figures from a different company named Tommy, and while I liked the figures and they didn't have any issues as far as I remember, I ended up giving those away as well because simply I wasn't into Sonic Boom in a couple years. It just really faded out from my consciousness. Now fast forward to when I'm an adult and looking for figures again, but this time in the context of my YouTube channel. If you don't know, I love using practical models, sets, and effects for my show Fazka. So I'm always on the hunt for things that I think will be useful for future episodes of Fazka. Last summer, I was attempting to make an episode discussing the Archie Sonic comics, which I have a lot of and always wanted to talk about. I wanted figures to represent different perspectives of the comic, using exaggerated versions of Sonic, Metal Sonic, and Tails. It would have been animated using digital mouth flaps, sort of similar to how the Adult Swim series Robot Chicken adds mouth flaps to their characters. In July, I ended up finding figures for the episode at Epcot, of all places, in their Japan pavilion, which were in these 2-packs that came with Sonic and Classic Sonic, or Metal Sonic and Classic Metal Sonic, both coming with a comic book inside. I nailed both of those, but I was still missing Tails, which I found out had a similar Tails Classic Tails pack. I looked on eBay for them and came across a listing for $40, but when I looked at the suggestions below, I saw a Tails figure from Jakks-Pacific for $30. If that name sounds familiar, they're responsible for a lot of cool toys, like the plug-and-plays of the early 2000s. So considering that the figure was cheaper, I decided to buy it. When he arrived in the mail, I was extremely happy with the figure. It was more articulated and better sized than the figures that I bought beforehand. But I realized that the size difference between the figures was too noticeable, so I decided to work on getting Sonic and Metal Sonic that were similar to the Tails figure that I got. But these figures were, and to some extent still are, extremely difficult to find, with the only other site at the time I was able to find them on being Entertainment Earth. But those were not individual figures, they were these packs. Coupled with the fact that the episode of Fazka was on hold due to wanting to cover Sakura Wars, and the search basically stalled until 2021. 7 months later, while I'm with my folks, I end up finding Sonic and Dr. Eggman in Target of all places, and I threw them into my cart and asked questions later. Later, I would visit the same Target and find 2 more figures, Classic Sonic and Knuckles. So now I have a total of 5 figures from the various waves released. As of this writing, I also have others coming: Super Sonic, Super Shadow, Mighty the Armadillo, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Metal Sonic, which I'll likely be making a separate video about. For now, I wanted to focus on the 5 that are currently in my collection, which is a far cry from the 3 I intended. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, and Classic Sonic certainly look like their in-game counterparts, looking as if they were ripped straight from the games. All of them are articulated, although notably Dr. Eggman is not as much compared to the others, with his face not moving, and his overall pose even moving it around, sort of being in this "get a load of this" stance. Also, unlike the other characters, Sonic has issues standing up on his own due to, I assume, his heavier quills, no matter the different poses attempted. It would have been nice for all the figures to come with a display stand. They all do have holes in the bottom that really wouldn't make it difficult to do something like this, but these are honestly nitpicks at the end of the day. Also, the figures come with these little accessories that range from Chaos Emeralds for Sonic and Knuckles, an Invincibility Capsule for Tails, a gold ring, I don't even know what this is, for Dr. Eggman, and a spring for Classic Sonic. They're cute accessories. Overall, I really like these figures, and the only thing really keeping me from recommending them is their current lack of availability. It is better since last summer, like some of the figures are available on Amazon, but it's still difficult to find these figures for the prices listed on the official website. I don't know what factors are causing this, but it really is a shame because these figures are really freaking cool, and as someone who has experienced a lot of different figures with Sonic the Hedgehog, these are likely the best ones I've ever had. If Jakks-Pacific happens to be watching this video for whatever reason, and I think others really would like more opportunities to buy these figures online at affordable prices. Regardless, I'll be enjoying the figures that I currently have and the ones that are on the way, and you bet your butt I will be using them in future videos about Sega stuff. Anyway, that's our show. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Jordan's Showcase, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, wait a minute. Today is the day when the Dreamcast died.